Why do we start each day in the middle of the night? Who was the genius who thought of that?
Man has a 24-hour battery inside of him. So he can only go for 24 hours a day. So we decided that instead of going 12 hours a night and 12 hours a day, we decided that we would split it. Half of every day will be a night, and half of every night will be a day. That way, we've found a whole new complex world for us to live in. It's not just 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. We've divided day and night together. Don't you see? It's simple. As simple as night and day. Well, day and night. Well, there's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. And if you do that twice, there's 24 hours in a day. You see, man created time to keep track of his existence, hoping that he could somehow find a way to control it. But he can't. He can't stop it. He can't slow it down. He can't make it go backwards. In fact, the only thing that man has ever done to prove that he has control over time was to create daylight savings time. You see, when it's 12 o'clock in America, it's 12 o'clock in China. Only we're in the daytime and they're in the nighttime. Although during daylight savings time created by man in America, when it's 12 o'clock in China, it's only 11 o'clock in America. That's man's control over time. Well, that and leap year. Leap year is how man keeps the calendar in step with the universe. Every 4 years we have to jump one day ahead. If we didn't do that, after many years of the world spinning around and counting the clock, it would come a time whereas there would be 12 hours a day and 12 hours a night. At 12 o'clock a.m., the sun would be coming up. And at 12 o'clock p.m., the moon would be rising. So you see, man found a way to hold back time so that we could keep in sync with the universe revolving. That's how we keep our calendar in check with the universe. By adding the 29th day to February every 4 years, it keeps the universe in sync with our calendar. I know whoever thought of that must have been a genius. I'm telling you. I mean, time was created by man. But the man who thought of adding another day to time to stay in tune with the universe, I mean, he was something else. That's amazing. That's like the guy who created the hourglass. Before clocks were even invented, they had sundials and everything. But the guy says, hey, look, I'm going to count each hour by sand dropping. Now, how do you know that there's 24 hours in a day and how many hours can go in a glass of sand? He was a genius. They didn't give him nothing. They don't have in the history books. Who invented the hourglass? Nobody knows. He was a genius and nobody knows his name. Just as that guy who made the 29th day of February. And me. I mean, this is stuff that I studied in school. I never read about this. It's just things that I think about when I'm thinking.